Listen, the greatest feeling I've had in my life, with my clothes on, was when I first met Diz and Bird together in St. Louis, Missouri, back in 1944. I was 18 years old and had just graduated from Lincoln High School. It was just across the Mississippi River in East St. Louis, Illinois. When I heard Diz and Bird and B's band, I said, "What? What is this?" Man, that shit was so terrible it was scary. I mean, Dizzy Gillespie, Charlie Yardbird Parker, Buddy Anderson, Gene Hammonds, Lucky Thompson, and Art Blakey all together in one band, and not to mention Billy Eckstein himself. It was a motherfucker. Man, that shit was all up in my body. Music all up in my body, and that's what I wanted to hear. The way that band was playing music, that was all I wanted to hear. It was something, and me up there playing with them. I'd already heard about Diz and Bird, was already into their music, especially Dizzy's, with me being a trumpet player and all. But I was also into Bird. See, I had one record of Dizzy's called Woody and You, and a record of Jay McShann's with Bird on it called Hootie Blues. That's where I first heard Diz and Bird, and I couldn't believe what they were playing. They were so terrible. Besides them, I had one record of Coleman Hawkins, one record of Lester Young, and one of Duke Ellington with Jimmy Blanton on bass that was a motherfucker too. That was it. Those were all the records I had. Dizzy was my idol then. I used to try to play every solo Diz played on that one album I had by him, but I liked Clark Terry, Buck Clayton, Harold Baker, Harry James, Bobby Hackett, and Roy Eldridge a lot too. Roy was my idol on trumpet later, but in 1944, it was Diz. Billy Eckstein's band had come to St. Louis to play at a place called the Plantation Club, which was owned by some white gangsters. St. Louis was a big gangster town back then. When they told B that he had to go around to the back door like all the other black folks, he just ignored the motherfuckers and brought the whole band through the front door. Anyway, B didn't take no shit off nobody. He would cuss and knock a motherfucker out at the drop of a hat. That's right. Forget about the playboy look and air he had about himself. B was tough. So was Benny Carter. They both would drop anybody they thought was disrespecting them in a minute. But as tough as Benny was, and he was, B was tougher. So these gangsters right there on the spot fired B and brought in George Hudson, who had Clark Terry in his band. Then B took his band across town to Jordan Chambers' Riviera Club, an all-black club in St. Louis located on Delmar and Taylor.